Yes. Hello. How you doing? Thank you. Appreciate you. Oh, hold on. Let me switch from top chat to live chat here. There we go. Don't like when my head's cut off. Right there. Hello. 99 cents. Thank you. Fat Joker should have won. I know. I can't help. I mean, you know, when I'm outvoted 2-1, I have no power, you know. I know that the Tajika fans know the truth, but what can we do? You know, we're powerless when we're outvoted by the normies. Sad but true. Did you ever watch the uncensored Dexter's Rude Removal? Yes. Everyone that's seen that has seen the uncensored version, I'm pretty sure. Is my hair laying so flat on my head? That's why is it so black, too? Oh well, whatever. Looks goth. That's pretty cool. Little dick guy was robbed. I know, right? Paul made this big to-do about how he was going to push that guy to the top, and then, you know, then he fucking cut him horribly at the last minute, you know? What a cock tease. Little dick guy did not provide his address or anything, though, so, like, even if he'd won, he wouldn't have been able to be sent the prize, so I don't know. I don't even know if that was his dick. Could just be someone that found a small dick on the internet and was like, look, a little dick. It's like, all right. So, well. Could have just been a liar, right? Sometimes that happens. Dye your hair dark purple. I really have no urge to dye my hair any colors. I think that it's probably fine. I don't know. Maybe I'll go back to like a blonder color at some point. I don't know. But I have no urge to dye my hair. Not something I'm looking to do at this moment. Bring out Segmento. I'm trying to murder Segmento at the moment. I mean, he's not dead yet. Still quite a bit. Still quite a bit of him hanging around. Woo! But there's less every day. 305 this morning. Down from 317. Trying to shed all this stuff. Trying to get down to, I don't know what my goal is. I guess just to see this gone. That would be nice. Hello. What's this? Take my fucking vitamins, huh? Will do. Dye your hair the same color it is now. That's what no one expects. Fair enough. TJ, come to New York and we can work out together. Cool. Sounds good. Ugh. Yeah, I had a long workout yesterday. I wish that I could just, like, dismiss the fat off of my body, like, okay, through with you now. Whoop! And it's gone. I've decided I'm no longer going to be fat. Just pull it off, set it down, walk away. But I guess it's not that easy. Felix Colgrave. I have no idea what that is. I feel like that's something that must have been mentioned to me before, considering the way you talk about it. But I have no recollection of it. Sorry. No recollection of that. Don't know it. TJ's six-pack is located all over the front of his body. Yeah, it's just a giant, jiggly six-pack. Very true. standing up because get tired of sitting down, especially lately. I don't know. It's very lethargy inspiring, I think, to sit down all the time. Love the new Amazing Atheist videos. I'm going to try to write another one tonight. I don't know what the topic will be. Trying to lay the groundwork for a new renaissance. Feel like I'm doing a good job so far. Don't want to lose the momentum. Maybe nightly shit's not necessary. I don't know. Do squats while streaming. I just did a couple of shallow squats, like just now. I don't know if those are squats are difficult in terms of their form, you know. There's a lot of things you have to keep in mind. I've never been great with form, especially because there's a little bit of a disconnect between me and my body after years of neglect. Trying to reestablish connections to myself. Gonna eat a pizza for me. I'm going to eat a pizza once I'm under 300 pounds. That's my goal. I want to eat a Chicago-style pizza, but I have to get under 300 first. That's gonna be my reward. And then after that, I'll give myself another reward when I get under 290, maybe. I mean, I give myself little rewards along the way, but like something like a fucking as decadent as a deep dish pizza, that can be, yeah. Being over 30 doesn't help. I really don't feel any older than I ever have. I feel like I'm aging pretty gracefully in terms of my body, probably because I've never really used it all that much. It's a little deteriorated maybe, but it's always, I mean, like, I feel like no more encumbered or, you know, deteriorated now than I did when I was 27 or 17, honestly. If anything, in some ways, I'm fucking stronger now than I was then, so. I don't know, like, I was never healthy at what the years that should have been my peak years, so I'll never know what that would have been. But I'm trying, so I mean, that means I can have a peak now, which is kind of cool. Being able to have a peak physicality in my 30s, that'd be pretty interesting. Late 30s at that. But whatever. Like Trump says, the body is a battery. Very wise man. A very intelligent individual. Definitely appreciate his words of wisdom. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm curious as to, like, you know, what I would have been if I'd been in shape younger. I mean, I'm still not in shape now, so I don't get to really opine about it until I do it today. But, you know, we're going to get there. Slow but sure. I hate the sustained effort of it all, but, you know, that's how you make progress, I suppose. Nothing is easy in life. Everything has to be an arduous journey where you know, have to put in the work day after fucking day. I'm not a patient person, which is probably why I've never been able to get in shape or anything before. I'm having to learn patience. Adderall kind of helps. But yeah, you know, try to make a little progress every day. Try to get a little better every day. Try to lose a little weight every day. Try to build a little muscle every day. Try to think a little cleaner. Try to, you know, do all the things that I'm supposed to do. Make little strides, little baby steps towards my ultimate goal of absolute perfection, but whatever. Still out of shape now. Yeah, of course. I mean, I can't, like, what am I supposed to do? Deny it? I don't think it's all that deniable, right? I mean, this is me after losing weight, so I have a lot more to lose. I look at it, I'm like, okay, well, this journey is far from over. Got a long fucking road ahead. Don't know how long. How long do you think it's going to take to lose all this shit? And then I have to worry about the problem of excess skin, too. Hopefully losing it at a slow rate and building muscle at the same time will kind of keep the skin somewhat tight. I don't know. Might have to get some snips and stuff. We'll see. I like to think of it like this, TJ. When it comes to physical activity, it's best not to focus on what you're attempting to gain and focus more on what you're attempting to get rid of in terms of... Yeah, I don't know. I just think of it as, you know, I want to be better than I was yesterday. I want to take some kind of stride towards improving on what I did the day before. And hopefully that's a continuous journey. I know that not every day can be better than the one before. I know that every journey has its setbacks, and every journey contains, backslides and things of that nature as well. You know, there could be I could be working out and injure myself, and then, you know, oh, now here's this new challenge. How do I continue this journey with an injury? You know, and then it's like, okay, I have to look up how to do that because I don't want to let an injury hamper the progress, you know? So I try not to injure myself, but I'm not really good at stretching before working out. I don't really know what stretches to do. I need to probably be better about warming up so that, you know, the injury thing is less likely. But, I've lost... I don't know how many pounds I've lost. I started about 317. I'm sitting at about 305 as of my last weigh-in. I weigh myself every morning. So I guess that's 12 pounds I've lost so far. I think I've also put on some muscle since then. So, you know, it's maybe not all... I think I've lost more fat than that would suggest because I've also been building muscle at the same time. You can't see any of it, of course. It's buried under the fat, but there is some musculature happening now. I can feel my biceps. There's like some muscle in here now, even like the tricep shit. You know, I don't know. Where's the tricep? I don't really know what muscle that is, honestly. I probably should study anatomy. That might be a good thing to do. I noticed a lot of dudes who are very cut and very in shape, have an advanced scientific knowledge of the human body, which it's never really been a subject that fascinates me, but I suppose that it would behoove me to educate myself. Tracking my calories. No, I'm not really tracking calories. I don't really feel like I need to. At my size, I can allot about 2,700 calories a day and still lose weight at a rate of about 2 pounds a week, or can expect to with moderate exercise. So I figure that with that much of an allowance, you know, as long as I'm not eating decadently, I should be fine. As long as I focus mainly on like lean proteins and vegetables, I'm almost certainly not going to go over that limit. I've tested it a few days. I've looked at my calories over the course of a day here and there and seen that, you know, I'm eating, you know, somewhere around 1,500 to 2,000 calories a day, which is way under what I need. So, but I have plenty of fucking energy stored up here, right? The whole purpose of fat in the body is it's supposed to be energy storage. Unfortunately, there's no point at which your body's like, that's enough, discard. If that was the case, this wouldn't even be an issue. This wouldn't happen. But because I consumed so many calories and didn't exercise, my body's like, oh, store the energy, store the energy, store the energy. And this is the result. This is all energy storage. So I have to... There's a very weird balancing act you have to do, because if you just try to totally starve yourself, then your body goes into like survival mode, like, better conserve resources, and then it won't burn through this very fast. You'll just go into like lethargic, like, So you have to eat enough that your body doesn't think it's starving, but you have to eat little enough that it starts to burn some of this up, which is very difficult. It's a very interesting balancing act you have to do. If you run out of food, you can survive much longer off your stored energy. Right. Well, I mean, that's what it's supposed to be. It's literally for that. You know, a fat person could probably survive longer without food than a skinny person because they have all this stored. And I don't want to lose every ounce of body fat. I don't want to be, you know, I'm not looking to have like this, you know, six-pack and there's no body fat anywhere or anything like that. I like to have a little bit of a softness going on. But, you know, I just want to fucking be, I don't know. Not exactly sure exactly what I'm going for, but I'm kind of formulating it as I go. I honestly don't really know what I'm working with. You know, if you've been fat for your entire life the way I have, you don't really know what your body looks like underneath the fat. You don't really know what's fucking going on. So, you don't really need to track calories if you're going hard enough. I feel like that's probably wrong. I feel like no matter how hard you're going, there's probably a point at which you still could go over your calorie limit. But, you know, like if you're, I feel like even if you're working out 24/7, I mean, you can't really in any sleep and stuff. But if you're working out every waking moment, but eating big gobs of Crisco, well, you're probably going to puke. But assuming you fucking keep it down, you know, it's probably going to fucking eventually, I don't know. I feel like you can definitely outpace yourself. When do you think you were healthiest? I think I'm healthiest right now. Because in the past, even when I've eaten less calories, I've still eaten the same kind of crap. Like I've just eaten less of it and been starving. I'm actually eating healthy this time. So that's a difference. And I've been exercising more recently than I've ever exercised in my entire fucking life. I've been someone who, for my entire 37-year duration on this planet, has abhorred, detested, and avoided exercise. You know, lately I've been doing it. So, you know, I've flirted with it in the past, but never in a very serious way. You know, it's like I'll do it for like a week or two, and then I'll be like, not for me. This time around, I think I've been exercising, you know, not with the, I mean, I don't want to give the false impression that I've been like perfect at it, but there's been a consistent effort to work out for, I don't know, a month, 2 months. Time is weird for me, but something like that. Which for me is like record sustained effort. So we'll see. I don't feel my resolve weakening or anything, so I feel like I'm going to do it. But I just wish it was quicker. I do wish it was quicker. Yeah, so my body is running on better fuel and stuff. I feel like pretty good. I've been trying to regulate fiber intake, protein intake, things of that nature, make sure I get the right amount of various things. I'm clearly still learning. You know, living healthily is completely fucking new to me. So I'm sure I'm making mistakes galore, but, you know, definitely doing better than I was. And trying to improve all the time. Do you feel better? For the most part, yes, I do feel better. I mean, I think that the reason you've seen me make 2 reasonably good Amazing Atheist videos lately is because I no longer feel like I'm trapped in a fucking cocoon of fucking disgusting blubbery sludge, okay? Like, I'm starting to reemerge. My mind feels sharper. I think a lot of that has to do with the Adderall. I feel more compelled to work. I feel less compelled to sit in front of the television set. I used to sit in front of the TV for 6 hours a night. Now it's like, you know, I'll still watch it. I mean, I'll go pop on, watch an episode of Star Trek The Next Generation, maybe 2. But I could not really foresee myself, at least on a regular basis, sitting there and just vegging out and binging a TV show like I used to. You know, I'm not, maybe it'll happen again, but I almost don't want to sit still for that long. So, I don't know. It's a very different mentality that I find myself sliding into. I have a lot of headaches, particularly back here. I have a lot of congestion, nasal congestion. It kind of it runs especially through here in the back, you know, the back sinuses. I don't know. There's like passageways on the side of my neck. Like if I take my finger and I run it alongside my neck here, I could feel things draining into my throat. And that seems to be perpetual. So that's an issue. I have a lot of tension here in the back of my head. I've been trying to mitigate that to the greatest degree possible. My understanding is that more sleep could potentially do that. Sleep is very difficult. Sleep has always been very difficult for me. I've never been a good sleeper, but now that I have all of this surplus of energy, it's even like more of a ridiculous nightmare even attempting to. I have been hydrating myself better. I probably should drink some water right now, honestly. I probably should have prepared myself a drink before I even started doing this. But I have been drinking more water. I still drink sodas, diet sodas. I know that's not ideal, but I can't, honestly, I mean, I need something, all right? I need something. I can't totally fucking... You know, when I first kind of started envisioning this new iteration of myself, I wanted to just wake up one day and just be it. But I realized that, like, not feasible, really. You know, you have to do things slowly. You have to be patient. So one of the first things I'm learning is patience, which is very difficult because I have ADHD, and I'm raised in a generation where patience... You know, it may be a virtue, but it's certainly not an extolled virtue. So I am learning about patience. I'm learning about sustained effort. I'm learning about gradually improving myself day by day. And hopefully that'll culminate in something, something like how I feel like I should be. I had a moment recently where I took mushrooms and I saw a vision of myself as the ruler of this world and the master of all of your destinies. I saw that it was my purpose to bring order to this chaos, and that's why I've lived my whole life within the chaos so that I would understand it. But now I've been called to create an order that, and no, I'm trying. I realized, though, part of the revelation was that before I can fix anything external, I have to fix this. I have to prove that I have the potential to emerge from the chaos myself. I have to show people a miraculous transformation, because that's how they'll know that I speak the truth. And if I can't show them a miraculous transformation, then it's just words. So that's what's happening. Try some meth, that'll speed things up. Well, I am on Adderall, very close chemically to meth, but I would never do meth. Too much, too far. Clean your room, bucko. Yeah, I know. But unlike Jordan Peterson, I will hopefully have a clean room. And the idea really behind it is not, you can't change the world until you're perfect. But I'm not asking to just change the world. I'm asking to rule it. So that's a very different ballgame. Maybe stop putting makeup on your face like a 14-year-old girl who just discovered Hot Topic. Cynic, I'm going to warn you once that if you insult my makeup again, you're gone. That's a bridge too far. So sick of conservatives' claims of victimhood even after they get their way on Roe v. Wade. I hear how dangerous libs are for leaking the decision. Yeah, well, conservatives are the sorest winners on the face of the earth. They're never more angry than after they've won. I think that it's something about they're like apes that after they've killed their opponent, they can't help but put on this big display of chest thumping. It's like they feel so vindicated that the anger that they've been holding back starts to rise up. And, you start to see an uglier and uglier side. I don't think that's the real cynic. Well, liquid cynic can go then. TJ, you need some motherfucking Wes Watson in your life. That guy's channel is incredible. Not many guys can inspire a man like him. I have no idea who that is, but I have no room in my life for other demagogues. I must be the ultimate demagogue. But we'll see. That was a fake me, TJ. I'm the real Yusuf Abukar. All right. Sorry about that cynic. That was a cynic imposter, one of my immortal... Dude, I have no idea. I'm just going to fucking... whatever. Every account other than the real cynic, just ban it. Anyone that's claiming to be cynic other than the classic cynic account there, just get rid of it. Just get fatter. I've been down that path. At the height of my obesity, I was 350 pounds. So... I can tell you that was a miserable thing, miserable state of affairs. So I'm hoping to never... What I'm hoping for is that once I'm down under 300, I'm never over it again. We'll see. The workout knowledgeables out there are... yeah, I mean, I've been watching a lot of fitness stuff. I've been watching this guy recently, the Bioneer. His stuff is way advanced from where I am right now, but very interesting. Were you too young to remember the fall of the Soviet Union? I feel like I do remember it, but only in a very childish way. A very cartoonish sort of understanding at the time. Just like we beat the bad guys, you know? It might as well have been G.I. Joe beating Cobra Commander, right? It was on that level of nuance for me. You talk about being 350. Being 350, it was very debilitating. It's you're miserable, you're depressed, your body is in pain. You feel like shit. You're powerless. You're sleepy. You're lethargic. Even if you want to do activities, it feels impossible. It's a very miserable state of a being. I mean, for me, well, 350 at 6'6" is very, like, for most of you, assuming you're a normal sized, person, you're like 5'10", 5'9", or something like that. It'd probably be the equivalent of you being like 250 or something. I don't know. 5'9" and 170. Am I fat? I don't know enough about being 5'9" to know, what a person who's 5'9" should weigh. Consult the BMI. It's imperfect, but it at least gives you some estimation. They're stupid. Move to another state argument is so enraging. Well, yeah. I mean, look, and the idea that this states' rights garbage has been used to justify so many. The conservatives basically use the states' rights thing as a cudgel to be like, oh, well, we can't have our tyranny on a national level, so we'll just oppress you on a state by state level. It's like, no, this is if we're talking about a human right, that right should belong to individuals, not to the federal government, not to the state, but to the individual, which seems on its surface to be an idea that conservatives would agree with, but of course, theory and practice, right? My God, TJ, you're twacked out, as we say. I don't know what that means. Fatness is about appearance, not objective number or ratio. That's probably true to an extent. I mean, you could be 5. I mean, like, there's different sorts of 5'9" too, because you could be 5'9" and like a slender build, or you could be 5'9" and have like a huge, wide build. Obviously, you're gonna have very different weights depending on your body type. I forget. There's like endomorph, and I don't know. There's different body types that I don't remember the names of. Obviously. What will God King TJ do for us peasants? I'm still working on that sort of thing. Don't bother asking me that yet. That's still being developed. In progress. States' rights things. First of all, are rights inherent, or what's your opinion? No, rights are not inherent. Wish they were. If rights were inherent, then no one could possibly take them away. Unfortunately, that's not the case. So we have to agree. It means methed out, bro. I mean, I don't really feel like I'm conducting myself in a manner that makes me appear methed out. I mean, I feel like I'd be like, oh man, what's up, bro? Come on, fuck, talking like a mile a minute and stuff. But I feel like I don't know, I'm displaying a reasonable amount of energy, but I don't feel like I'm bouncing off the walls and speaking a mile a minute and not making any sense, which is what I would associate with that sort of thing. But maybe I have a cartoonish understanding of what it means to be methed out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't really feel like I come across as methed out, but hey, you know, the cynic would be the expert, right? So, hick talk, yeah, maybe. Hold on, I'm gonna do a few squats to get my legs more. I feel like they're stiffening up. Loosen them a little. You do seem like you drank too much coffee. I drank a cup of coffee this morning, and I took a pill of Adderall, so I don't know. That was this morning as well. I don't really feel like I'm displaying some sort of like insane level of energy right now that's uncomfortable, but maybe I am. I don't know. Do dildo squats? Well, yeah, I'm working on that as well. We're going to get to it. We're going to get to the point where I can fit the horse dick in there. It's going to be good. Still another fake me, the one that said Chwacked. Dude, why are there this many imposters? What did you do? You've allowed it to become a meme, cynic. Don't do meth, trust me. I have no intention of doing meth at any point. I've seen meth affect people in very adverse ways. I have seen people, to be fair, that do meth and have their lives together, but I feel like it's only a matter of time before their lives fall apart. So I don't know. You know, I feel like you're living on borrowed time on meth. How many Nicolas Cage direct-to-DVD movies have you seen? Not a whole lot. I've seen a few. But not a gigantic preponderance of them or anything. We all know you are all the imposters. I don't know if he is, honestly. Because, you know, I think he might have been some of them initially, and I feel like maybe other people have jumped in now and are doing this, but who knows? Who knows what sort of strange activities gratify cynic? How's my diet? I've been talking about that ad nauseum since I came on here, so... TJ, Superman just died in the show I'm watching. Sorry to hear that. Rest in peace, Superman. Cynic is Legion. I think Nicolas Cage's best film in recent years is Mandy. His resurgence in popularity has been great to witness. Have you seen Mandy? Yeah, I've seen Mandy a couple of times. I enjoyed Mandy a lot. I think it's a really great film. I think it has beautiful cinematography. I think Nicolas Cage's performance is great. I think that he's also done... the director of that film did a great job of having very subtle references to a number of other intellectual properties there. I don't know if I mentioned the typography a moment ago, but the typography, the title screens between segments, I think is actually strikingly beautiful. So yeah, I don't know. TJ, what is a girly TV show or movie that you enjoy? I don't know. I liked She-Ra, the reboot of She-Ra. It was very strange set of circumstances that led me to watching it. I was basically watching a number of, cartoons just to make the point to myself that that there was no good cartoons anymore. I watched a Scooby-Doo reboot, whichever one was current at the time. I watched, I popped on a few other things that are popular, I guess the Steven Universe or whatever, and a few other things, just kind of like trying to see, like, what's this about? And none of it worked for me. And, the only one I got to the end of the first episode was She-Ra. And, as the credits were rolling, I was like, kind of realized I'm at a crossroads at that point. I'm like, if I keep watching, it's kind of an admission that I enjoyed that. And no one was around, so I was like, I'll keep watching. And before I knew it, I'd watched the whole thing. So, for some reason, your Murder is Bad shirt came to my mind earlier today. I think I'll buy it. I don't know if it's still for sale, but if you can find it for sale, then by all means, go ahead. Daria is really... I don't really consider Daria to be a girly show. I don't consider it to be a feminine show. I think that show is easily has cross appeal. I think it's really weird that just because the main character is female, that makes it a girl show. It seems very strange. DuckTales, yeah. The danger lurks behind you. There's a stranger out to find you. What to do? Just grab onto some DuckTales. Woo! Glimmer in that show is thick. Never really thought of it that way, but sure. TJ, why are you standing? I feel like standing is more interesting than sitting. I don't know. Sitting down, if I have to, sure, but I'd rather stand for the most part. Rather be able to like move around a little bit, not let my legs get all stiff, not allow the circulation to be cut off to these extremities down here and stuff. I don't know. They say sitting is not that great for you anyway, so it's better to stand. It takes burning more calories standing. So even if I just need a practical reason, it's better for my diet to stand than it is to sit. So, but I'll stand when I'll sit down when I want to sit down. If I start to feel like tired of being on my feet, then yeah, I'll fucking pop back in that chair. But not really what I want to do at the moment. Rather have some motion to me. Rather have the ability to move around a little bit, because why not? More interesting, I feel, too. I don't know. You can be more expressive with your entire body. It's not just about facial features. You could, like, be more animated. Dave Chappelle was attacked on stage at the Hollywood Bowl. And then the dude who attacked him was severely beaten by an entourage of security personnel and then driven away in an ambulance. And that's what happened. Kind of interesting, I guess. I don't know. Not super fascinating, but a little bit, I suppose. It was not Will Smith. Yeah, Will Smith jumped on there and he's like, yeah, a lot of comedians getting attacked lately, Very interesting. I guess don't say the wrong thing in a joke. When are you going on the Eric Andre show? I don't even know who Eric Andre is. I've heard the name around the way, but I could not put a face to the name in a lineup, you know? Homie, you proved Chuck Norris wrong. I don't really understand that reference, but maybe I will. Move to Massachusetts. You like Halloween, and we have Salem. Interesting idea. Boomer TJ moment. Maybe. I've never been very aware of the entertainers that captivate people. I don't really watch much YouTube if he's a YouTuber. I don't know. Is he a YouTuber? Or is he a comedian? I don't know. I guess I don't really know enough to even say that. But I don't know. I'm just not really super into it usually. Not really the way I spend my time. He's the let me in meme guy. I don't know. Still total blank. Sorry. Does Will Smith does Will smacking Chris count as slapstick comedy? Yeah, it was pretty funny. Eric Andre has a show on Adult Swim. The only Adult Swim shows that I really watch are Rick and Morty and that's it really. Eric Andre has had an actual show, dude. Okay, sorry. Well, I don't watch it. I've never seen it. My bad. I'm sorry that I'm not aware. Black Lives Bladder. Very clever wordplay. I hate everything and I hate everyone and everything, and my hate deepens. Cool. Next, I'll be cryptic. Cool. I'm gonna I think I am gonna sit down at this point because I'm starting to feel like a little sweaty. I don't want to feel sweaty doing a show, so hold on. Let me find a. I guess I'll just switch to this other microphone. It's fine. It just feels like calling him a YouTuber was an insult. I didn't know who he was. I still don't. I mean, I'm glad that you like him, and I'm glad that you think so highly, but I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. I just don't. I know you want me to. I get that, it bothers you that I don't get it. I don't know him, but I don't. So, sorry about that. I don't know what you want. I don't know what I can do beyond just say, like, sorry, I don't know who that is. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, I've heard his name around the way, okay? Maybe if I see a picture of him, it'll jog my memory. Maybe that'll make you feel better if I recognize his pretty face, okay? So let's see. Eric Andre. All right? Yeah, no, I've never seen this guy in my life. I've never before laid eyes upon this dude. Sorry about that. Oh, you know what? I do. Wait, is he's from the shooting someone meme? Is that the meme he's from? Hold on. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I do recognize this guy. I recognize him from this stupid meme. Where he shoots the dude. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. He's the meme guy. There you go. You feel better now? You feel better that I fucking have some kind of foothold? Does that improve your mood? Are you less angry now? He's from the meme. Yay. He's from the wonderful meme. That is where I've seen his face before. Do this. Yeah, there you go. Now I look like a fucking douchebag, which is accurate because I am. Hail to the once and future king. Never, not once, but future, yes. You did it, TJ. You did it. Thank you. My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack. Worst concert you've ever been to? I was at a festival, and the whole festival was not bad, but there was an act that I saw, pretty popular band, at least at the time, called The Killers, and they were just beyond listless, absolutely no stage presence whatsoever. It was remarkable to see just how totally bereft of energy or enthusiasm their set was, and just a remarkably unenjoyable show that they put on. So yeah, I would say that was pretty hideous, but yeah, I didn't enjoy it. I did walk away at some point. Now the other band that I walked away from, or the other performer that I walked away from at the same festival, I think a different year, but the same festival, because I went a few years, was Kid Rock. I went to watch Kid Rock do a set, and I also felt like that was really awful. He had, I didn't have anything against him at the time. I did not know just what a piece of shit he was. And I'd actually liked a few of his songs. I was pretty fond of Cowboy and, a few other things he'd done. So I decided to check him out, and it was really painful to watch him just butcher song after song. He sounded terrible. The energy of the performance was terrible, and when he attempted to cover "Fat Bottom Girls" by Queen, that's when I had to piece the fuck out, because it was an abomination. It was just absolutely hideous to watch him attempt to be a substitute for Freddie Mercury, especially now realizing that he's probably a virulent homophobic piece of shit, or at least gives his support to them. So to see him insult the memory of Freddie Mercury by even attempting to sing one of his songs is pretty gross. So yeah. So yeah, that was pretty awful, but I would still say it was better than The Killers, so I'll give them that. There's still a few Kid Rock songs I'll enjoy. I'll be honest with you. I have I'm not proud of it because he is detestable, but there's a few songs of his that I'm okay with. What's the best cover song I've ever heard? Man Who Sold the World, the Nirvana cover. Gigantically, I think, surpasses the original. Did the crowd boo the Killers? The crowd, booing them would have been a reaction, right? And the Killers basically, as they had no stage presence, they were completely listless, and that listlessness definitely filtered down into the crowd. There was no energy on the stage, and there was no energy in the audience. It was almost just like it sucked the life out of everybody. So, it was very perfunctory and felt very miserable. Hurt by Johnny Cash is also a great cover. That's true. But I feel like when someone asks me the best cover, I think of like, what's the largest improvement from the original? And I think I like Johnny Cash's version of Hurt better. than Nine Inch Nails' version. But I think Nine Inch Nails' version is very good. Whereas I think Man Who Sold the World, I think the Nirvana version is excellent, and I think the Bowie version is It's just it's meh to me. Nin's version of Hurt is better. Change my mind. I have no urge to change your mind because I feel like that's fine. I feel like it's a perfectly valid opinion. I don't agree with it, but I'm not offended by it. I could totally see that. Take Me Home, Country Road by the Black Guy. What? Johnny Cash's version of just sounds too much like my granddad trying to sing Nine Inch Nails. Your granddad must have a fucking epic goddamn voice. Personal Jesus, is it better with Johnny Cash or Manson? I mean, obviously I prefer the Manson version. Johnny Cash's version sounds like he's a Bible thumper, so his version sounds a little bit too much like, I don't know, like he actually doesn't get the wryness of it or the irony of it, you know, or whatever. Like I feel like Johnny Cash doesn't. I don't know. He brings a very different interpretation to it, and you can tell just by how he sings it, right? You know, the Depeche Mode original has a cynicism to it, and Manson kind of cranks that cynicism up to 10. And Johnny Cash, his approach to it feels comparatively naive and almost like very face value-y. Not that it's necessarily a bad cover, but you know, I think it's not. I don't know. It's not a song I would have picked him to cover. I think it's not right for him. Uh-huh. What's better, Behind Blue Eyes from The Who or the one with Limp Bizkit? You know, I hate to say it, but I think Fred Durst did a better job. I don't know. I've always preferred the Limp Bizkit version. I don't even really like the Who version. But I hate to give credit to Limp Bizkit, so I don't know. Worst cover ever, Sheryl Crow's cover of Sweet Child of Mine. She should be tried at The Hague for crimes against humanity. I can't even imagine that. I don't even want to think about what that must be like. Ouch, TJ. I'm sorry, but it's like, I don't know, man. I mean, if you go listen to it, it just seems like Fred Durst, I don't know, he puts more emotion into the song. The melody sounds better in his version. I don't know. He sells the song to me better. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. Oh my God. The Disturbed cover of Sound of Silence is like one of the most pathetic pieces of shit I've ever heard in my life. How that song got popular, I will never know or understand. I don't even hate Disturbed, all right? There's plenty of Disturbed songs I like. I think their cover of Land of Confusion is actually really good. And I think they have a lot of original songs I actually like, even stuff that's outside of their singles. Like I'm aware of some of their catalog beyond just, you know, the singles they've put out. And, you know, they've got a lot of good songs, great anthemic stuff. David Draymond, the lead singer, has a great voice. I've seen them in concert. They put on a good concert. But that cover is stinky. It's hideous. I can't fathom how anyone could fucking enjoy it for a minute. You're being hyperbolic. I'm really not. I really detest that cover. I think it's disgusting that he even touched that. Disturbed is the definition of mid. I disagree. But yeah, I don't know. Whatever, that cover sucks. I hate covers. I know there's no logical reason for me to feel that way, but I do. Yeah, I would say it's kind of silly. There's plenty of fucking bands that have covered songs great, better than the originals sometimes, or, you know, sometimes maybe if it's not better than the original, it brings some new sort of energy or perspective to the same material, which is great, in my opinion. You're watching a Felix Colgrave cartoon. What is the fucking deal with this guy? Okay. Can we get away with it on stream? Because I'll just fucking put it on. Like, what are we fucking, like, how many fucking times are you guys going to put this motherfucker in front of my face? You know what? You guys have sent me this before. I remember this shit. Yeah, okay. I mean, I remember this guy. You guys have shown me this before. I looked at it a little bit, and I was like, oh yeah, maybe I'll check that out later. And then I didn't. So, you know what? I'll just subscribe, and maybe one day it'll pop up in my feed, and I'll be like, oh yeah, and then I'll remember that I'm supposed to sit here and worship him, I guess. Disturbed is definitely what I would call butt rock. Yes, I don't have the I don't have the bias against butt rock that that Paul has. You know, I'm fine with it. I don't have an aversion the same way that you know, that some of my compatriots do. I have no objection to it as a genre or distinction or whatever. I don't think there's anything wrong with striving for commercial success. I've never understood this, like, you're a sellout or whatever, you know. Yeah, I mean, I think it's like most people should strive for, you know, maximum impact of their work. Now, I get it that some stuff is made more niche, and you know, there's something to be said for that, and you know, there's definitely ideas and concepts that target more of a niche audience, and yeah, there's nothing wrong with that either, but I certainly don't think there's anything wrong with trying to appeal to a mass audience with something. You know, I don't think that you have to compromise artistic integrity to do it or anything. I think you can make a commercial work that still has a ton of artistic merit, like look at like Pink Floyd or something. I mean, The Wall, Dark Side of the Moon, all very commercial albums, very accessible. But still, I think, tremendous works of art. So I'm trying to log into Streamlabs just to see if anyone has submitted anything there. Because I realized that maybe I was missing stuff over there, but it doesn't seem like I am anyway, so it's fine. Hooker with a penis does a great job of calling out people who blindly call artists sellouts. I agree with that. Pretty cathartic, I have to say, as someone who's gotten that myself. Of course, no one calls me a sellout now. Usually I get called the has-been. So if you fucking become too big for your britches, they call you a sellout, and if you start to decline, they start calling you a has-been. So it's like, you cannot win. There's always going to be some fucking aspersion that can be levied at you, and that's why you have to kind of have a thick skin, because there's always going to be something that's used to dismiss you. You're cringe, you're edgy, you're this, you're that, you're the other thing. Who cares? It's a bunch of stuff that's designed to, you know, bully you into, you know, compliance, or into sort of, I don't know, debilitation? Don't agree with the backlash against Carol's daughter, even though that wasn't a work of art. The overreactive viciousness towards the natural inclination of selling out gets ridiculous, to be honest. I feel like selling out is when you compromise your artistic values for money. Like, that's what selling out is supposed to be. It's when you want to do something one way, but then you're convinced to do it a different way because of a financial incentive. It's when you know that artistically one decision makes sense, but financially you understand that there's some other decision that might be more viable. You know, and sometimes you have no choice. Sometimes, you know, if especially like this happens a lot to filmmakers, you know, like the people financing the movie are businessmen. And they're going to be like, you can have $80 million to make your movie, but you're going to make this commercial decision about the ending, or this, you know, this moment that you have here is not going to work as it is. And, you know, you don't have the $80 million, so you're going to do it their way. You're just going to try to do it. You're going to try to pull off what they want as best you can, but, you know, ultimately it is what it is. So yeah, I think that, you know, that kind of stuff is selling out, and, you know, sometimes you have very little choice, and sometimes you do, and you make the commercial decision over the integrity decision. But I think that there's definitely plenty of fucking room to do things that are commercial yet still have artistic viability, and you know, plenty of artists have done so. Do you still have a rubber peen cabinet? Oreos are life. Yes, I have a sex toy drawer in my bedroom. And yes, Oreos are very good. I have not had one in a while, and I probably won't have one for a while. But yeah, they're really tasty. That's true. I missed a super chat. Do you have a favorite meme from the subreddit? No, I don't even remember the memes from the subreddit. You know, they can be funny, but they don't stick with me over time. You know, I don't sit around like, oh man, what about those great memes I saw earlier? You know, that's not something I do. It's not an inclination that I have, or a preoccupation that I possess, or that possesses me. Every rose has its thorn. Uh-huh. I think I need to get some water. Does capitalism inherently diminish artistic integrity? Interesting idea. I don't know. Probably a little, yeah. You know, at least in some instances. But I think that, you know, even if there's not a financial incentive, there's always going to be incentives for artists to do the things that are more popular. There's always going to be incentive to pursue popularity over obscurity, even if there's no money on the line. You know, people want the egos. People have an ego stake in their art, and they want it to be well received by a mass audience, I think. And so, yeah, there's always going to be some incentive to do the thing that's going to be popular over the thing that maybe is artistically satisfactory to your personal sensibilities. But sometimes doing the thing that, you know, is unexpected can make a larger impact on people. So you make something that's totally pandery, then you end up with a lot of like the stuff created by Marvel, you know, and it's very crowd pleasing, but very little of it, you know, would really be something that's going to stick with people in the long term, in terms of like emotional resonance or anything. And a lot of people kind of find it to be, you know, mindless pap. I think there's some merit to it here and there, but you know, I think people are kind of maybe starting to get hungry for something a little deeper, but I'm probably wrong about that. People tend to be pieces of shit. Fuck Dasani, drink Aquafina. I have a filter on my refrigerator. I just, you know, drink that water. I don't really buy any of these brands. Every rose has its thorn. You guys have got Guns N' Roses shit stuck in my head because you mentioned that Sheryl Crow cover, apparently, that I've never even heard of, but apparently is an abomination. Marvel doesn't give a fuck about that. They're trying to make a ton of money. Well, that's the point. The point is that, you know, when you give in completely to just, like, make money, you get Marvel. And, you know, I enjoy some Marvel films. They're designed to be enjoyable, but they're very junk food, right? They don't have a lot of substance. But that's fine. You know, not everything needs to be fucking Shakespeare. Where do we go now? Oh, I see. You're just trying to do more fucking... Where do we go now? That's Poison, not Guns N' Roses. Oh, okay. Fair enough. They're the... I mean, they're the same band to me, to be fair. Dun 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 dun. I watched the first Captain America a few months ago, and that killed my interest of watching more Marvel stuff. Yeah, the biggest retarded thing in that movie to me is when they choose him to be Captain America because he jumps on the grenade and tries to, you know, shield everyone from it. Like, yeah, very heroic, but if you're really considering building like a multi-million-dollar super soldier, one that, like, his first inclination is to kill himself... yeah, not a great investment, you know? Like, pretty stupid. Maybe find one with a sense of self-preservation. I get what they were going for. I do. But, like, you know, if you're going to put millions of dollars into fucking creating a super soldier, you probably don't want, like, you're not looking for the sacrificey type of hero, right? I feel like at that point you're looking more for, like, the dude that, like, kicks the grenade... you know, into a Nazi's face or something. I don't know, something else. Bum bum. Bum bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Are you pausing progress in your book while you work on your diet, or are you trying to balance too? I've been very bad about working on it. It's been in my mind. I've not totally neglected it. I think I'm going to try to work on it over the course of this my next break. When I have a little bit more time during the days, I'm going to try to find a little bit of a balance where I can work on that, and then also work on some other stuff, some other projects as well. But yeah, I would like to start making some progress on that again. Have I ever been an alcoholic? Asking because I'm one. I've never really dealt with that struggle. There have been times in my life where I drank more alcohol than I currently do. Now, as of now, I'm really I haven't quit or anything, but I just very rarely do I drink it. But you know, at the height, I guess I probably drank you know, some alcohol every, you know, maybe a couple times a week. Probably the worst I ever got. So I don't think you can call that an alcoholic. You know, an alcoholic is someone who drinks every day, which I'm sure you are if you're claiming to be that. So I wouldn't be able to help you with that. But you know, you certainly don't want to have that sort of dependency. I've seen it destroy people's lives pretty horribly. Uh-huh. what the stream title mean. It's I can't figure out if I want to be Merlin or King Arthur, so I amalgamated their names twice. I did 2 portmanteaus. Merthur, Merlin Arthur, Arthlin, Arthur Merlin. So yeah. It's an amalgamation. Mm-hmm. Merlin is half demon, so I choose to be him. Yeah, I mean, Merlin's definitely pretty cool. Can't deny it. All you do is remove the message. All you do is remove the message. Who knows? Who knows with these people? They always whining about something. Creating a new account is not that hard. Cynic did it a million times. Just fucking whatever. Go create a new account. Quit whining. Merlin would kick the shit out of King Arthur. Well, no, he wouldn't. He'd help him. That's the whole purpose of Merlin. That's what he does. Merlin helps Arthur. He doesn't kick the shit out of him. If Galactus shows up, will you get into Marvel? Look, would I criticize Marvel as being 100% commercialized and making pretty much every decision based on money, and pretty much no decision based on like art or like, you know, any sort of desire to like, have a profound and lasting impact on people's lives and stuff? When I said that, that was not an insult to Marvel. I was not saying I personally do not like Marvel. I do. I just recognize that it's junk food. You know, I like Marvel the same way that I like, you know, Reese's peanut butter cups or something. I'm not eating it like, yes, a delectable, healthy meal, right? It's you know, it's a trifle. It's a bauble. It's just, hey, here you go, yum, cool, sugar, right? I mean, that's what it is. Marvel's a sugar rush. Eat a little fucking Marvel sugar. Yeah, hey, yum. And then you forget about it and you move on with your life. That's Marvel. Doesn't mean I don't like it. It just means I recognize it for what it is. Which, you know, hey, it's fine. It's designed to appeal to human beings. It does. But is it ever going to, like, shake the fucking very foundations of your soul like good art can? Nope. It's not going to do that. It's never going to try to do that. Yeah, not all movies have to be Schindler's List. It's fine to just make a fucking fun popcorn movie, okay? That's all. Not everything has to be Kurosawa. Not everything has to be fucking, you know, Kubrick. Not everything has to be, you know, David Lynch or whatever the fuck, you know, director you admire. I personally don't like David Lynch, but, you know, I know a lot of people do. Doesn't have to be that. Doesn't have to be a fucking, you know, not everything needs to be a goddamn life-changing masterpiece of fucking, you know, infinite significance, okay? Not everything should be that. Not everything can be that. Some things should just be, hey, this was fun. You know? Now, some movies can be both, like Mad Max Fury Road, arguably the greatest movie ever made at this point, and, you know, I don't know. I've watched it once. I don't want to watch it again because I don't want to see it on a small screen. I have such reverence for that movie that I don't even want to see it on a fucking little TV screen. I will not watch that again until I can see it on a theater screen. I don't know when that'll be. Maybe it'll be never. But that's when I'll watch it again. And if it was playing at the theater, I'd go anytime. If it was playing at 6 a.m., I'd go then. Mm-hmm. Ooh, my arms are sore from fucking, that shit I did yesterday. They're gonna be really sore tomorrow, I could tell. My muscles always get more sore 2 days later. I don't know if that's is that you guys' experience? Those of you who like have done workout shit. Like, I worked out last night, and you know, here it is, roughly 24 hours later, a little bit less, and I'm feeling the burn, I'm feeling the pain, but I know that that means that tomorrow it's gonna be horrible, just hideously bad. That's how it usually goes. Maybe I can head it off at the pass and figure something out. I know that tart cherry juice sometimes can mitigate some of those issues. Maybe I'll try some of that. My dinner tonight had a lot of protein in it. That should help it build some new muscle and shit. But I'm feeling really not great with these arms right now. The worst day isn't after leg day, it's the day after that, right? Well, I didn't do a leg day. I did, you know, I know you're supposed to work your muscle groups like one at a time, but I kind of did. I didn't do a leg day, but I did a few leg exercises on, you know, arm day, basically. So what I did when I went to the gym I did arms and I did shoulders, because I figure they're pretty fucking related, so whatever. I figured I'd just, you know, work them into one day, because I'm not going to do an arm day and then a shoulder day. It's just too much. So I just did arms and shoulders, and then I was like, I still had some energy left, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to do a few little leg things too. And I did. But not a whole lot. I did leg press, and I did abductions or adductions or whatever the fuck. The one where you fucking open your hips up. That one. The butt one. Not all in one day. Low. Yeah, I did. I did it. Look, I didn't go full on with leg day and do a bunch of fucking, a bunch of shit. I did not miss a super chat. Fuck you. Where? Have you seen Dr. Strangelove? Yes, everyone's seen Dr. Strangelove. Anyway, so I didn't do, you know, I did, I don't know, I did some curls. I did some kind of tricep bullshit. I did, this thing. I did this on some machine. I did this thing on the machine. You know, I did, you know, I don't know the names of all the exercises. I did a bunch of shit. You know, it shows the fucking muscle groups you're supposed to target and how you fucking do it, and I just did it. I did a bunch, you know. And I tried to do it at the most weight I could possibly do it at, and then when the weight got too much, I lowered it down, and I did some at that weight, and then I lowered it down and did some at that weight. You know, so I tried to do as many as I could, and when I got too tired, when my muscles were too fatigued to do it at a higher weight, I went down and down and down to do as many as possible, to exhaust the muscles as much as possible. And then when I came home, I did a fucking bunch of like really rapid curls to try to fucking, with like no pause in between. And I did as many of those as I fucking could until my arms were just totally fatigued, to bring myself to that total brink. And that's where it hurts the most, honestly. I just fucking brought that shit to like absolute just And when I ran out of fucking steam to do that, I started doing hammer curls because it's a little easier. And then when I ran out of steam to do that, I just like started doing as much as I could, like just like whatever motion I could still do until it was just like totally fucking exhausted. And that's kind of like what happened there. She did 10,000 Howard Bloom push-ups. No. Howard Bloom's push-ups are pretty much useless, but he just rocks his head. That's nothing. If you're so sore you can't do it again 2 days later, you shouldn't go so hard. Yeah, I don't know. There's like a lot of different fucking opinions about that. I've been watching a lot of fucking workout videos, and I can tell you, like, this idea that there's any sort of consensus on that on this shit is just like not true. There is a lot of fucking disagreement. Building muscle, you should do 8 to 15 reps, I believe. Yeah, maybe. The guy that I saw, so I watched a dude the other night called the Bioneer, who has some very unusual, at least unusual from what I've seen, techniques and I was eager to try out some of his stuff because his results seem very impressive. Not necessarily in terms of appearance, but like the sort of things I saw him doing kind of like were like, holy shit, this guy has a skill, a very like unique skill set. So yeah, I don't know. And he said, you know, he was the one who fucking showed me this technique of just like bringing that to total exhaustion. Now, in fairness, he did say don't do it if you're a beginner, and I totally ignored that advice and just did it anyway. But you know, whatever. I don't know. I wanted to try it out. I was interested to see what happened. And I did some normal curls when I was at the fucking, you know, I did the, you know, 10 reps, 3 sets shit at the gym. And then I came home and I did his thing where I fucking just pushed it to the limit with fucking low weight. I didn't use heavy weights for what I did at home. I did it with very light weights, like 15 pounds, you know, a piece. And I just did it to exhaustion. So that's what I did. Strength equals repetition, mass equals use heavier weights, less reps. Sure. And I did a little bit of both. So yeah. You know, I don't know. I'm still learning. I'm still doing a lot of research. I'm still listening to a lot of different opinions, trying to fucking wrap my mind around it all. It's like a whole other topic to learn about. So yeah, I'm still learning about it. That's how you injure yourself. I'm going to go ahead and go with the advice of the guy who is like super athletic and demonstrably insanely fucking has like insane athletic prowess. I'm going to go with him over random guy in chat who's just like, that's bad. You know? So, yeah. Especially someone who your name is familiar to me as someone who's like dumb. So I don't know. Are you okay that I'm a libertarian and a fan of yours? Yes, that's fine. Do what you want. I guess he got banned for it. Honestly, it's ironic that you didn't ban him, but you timing him out kind of drew attention to it. He asked a bunch of times. Okay, yeah, that's annoying. Yeah, if your question isn't, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I don't see it legitimately because, you know, I get on a tear and then I miss, you know, stuff. So I didn't really see him before. But yeah, I mean, like, honestly, if you've asked a couple times and it's not getting answered, you should probably just, like, maybe try a different show at least. Like, give it some time. Am I dumb, TJ? I don't know. The reason he says for new people not to do it is because you don't have the control and will injure yourself. Also, a general rule is that dumb people know how to work out better. I disagree with that. I disagree with you on, I mean, you're probably right about the first thing you said, honestly, the first sentence. But the general rule of dumb people knowing how to work out better, I would say is incorrect. Because the more I've been watching these workout channels, the more it becomes clear to me that the dudes who get really great results are guys that have spent a lot of time researching musculature, anatomy, nutrition, and, you know, reading scientific papers. You know, I mean, like, literally, like, so many of these weight loss channels are, like, very science-based in their approach. So that is just, like, patently not true, in my opinion. At least from what I've seen. What's your favorite scene in Doctor Strangelove? Probably when the guy rides the nuke down. And, is, you know, doing his little cowboy thing. The 15s, they're in our bedroom. Paul should get fatter as TJ gets slimmer. They juice. They juice. Being fit is too much work. I'm just going to die anyway. Yeah, true enough. Do you respect scientists or engineers more? I would say it depends on, you know, the scientist, and it depends on the engineer. I don't know. This guy's all about Doctor Strangelove, I know. Very Doctor Strangelove obsessed. I grew up with and trained with multiple Olympic athletes, including my brother, but okay. All right, are you an Olympic athlete? I don't know. I mean, like, anybody can come in here telling a story. I'm just telling you what I've seen from the people on YouTube who have demonstrable skills and abilities. Like, anyone can come in here and be like, my fucking family is all Olympic athletes, and I'm telling you this is the way it is. You know, I mean, that's well and good. I'm super glad that that's going on in your life, maybe, but who gives a shit? I don't know who you are. I don't know these credentials. I ain't fucking seen that shit. I feel like it's really weird that you're trying to, like, convince me that athletes are, like, inherently stupid when your family... I mean, like, it seems like you're the stupid one in your family, and you're the only one who said you're not an athlete. I guess you said you trained with multiple Olympic athletes or whatever. But cool. Nope, we're all stupid. Yeah, I don't care. I've been watching people who are actually... I'm letting you know that working out like that can disable you, so whatever. Sure. I'm letting you know that you're... I don't care what you have to say, because I don't put any credence in it. You have no credentials. I've not seen your physique. I've not seen your workout. I have no way to verify that your brother is an Olympic athlete. I have no way to verify that you've trained with Olympic athletes. You know, whereas the person that I saw demonstrated their athletic ability and, you know, explained, you know, the science behind their approach and, you know, demonstrated it to me in a way that made sense. So I'm going to go with them over you, as I think any reasonable person would, right? Because I don't know who you are. You're just a person in chat claiming to have expertise and credentials, which anyone could do. So, like, you see what I'm saying? Like, does that make sense to you? Like, even if everything you're saying is true, I'd be stupid to listen to you based on you just being a voice in chat over watching someone who I know for a fact has, like, crazy athletic ability. Right? Right. Okay. And you didn't listen to what he said. That's true. I did go against his advice, but he didn't say never do this. Basically, his advice was just like, you know, if you're a beginner, you might not want to do this because, you know, it's a little bit more of an advanced technique. Which, okay. I admit he did say that. But, you know, whatever. I still did it. I don't give a fuck. My arms didn't fall off. But he didn't, like, be like, you will injure yourself for sure if you try this. He just said it could be intense. And, like, you know, it can cause, like, a lot of pain. Because you're going to wear out the muscle a lot more thoroughly than you would otherwise. But, you know, I'm honestly not a total novice at this point. Working out my arms especially. Because even prior to, like, this, like, workout craze that I've been on, you know, curls are something I pretty much always have done. Like, even when I was just kind of casually fucking around here and there, like, curls, like, that's the one thing, like, I knew how to do, so. I used to do a martial art weekend LARP sport. I was very sore for half the week, unless I trained all the time. Right. Makes sense. There's a difference between good pain and bad pain, obviously. Right. Like just, you know, something that's like, oh my God, I've lost mobility in my arms. I totally injured myself. That's obviously bad. But, like, having muscle soreness after an intense workout is not bad. It's good. Because that, you know, the muscle, you know, reconstructing itself is how you get more muscle. Right. That's why I've done curls for a long time. And I would say my technique when it comes to that is pretty fucking solid. So, I don't know. I'm pretty confident that I can do curls with you know. I know my limitations, I think. I've swam to the moon, TJ. Take me seriously. Sure thing. Yeah, I do have a back roller. Especially working with... I don't really work out with super heavy weights. When I do heavier stuff, I use machines. I don't do heavy free weights because I don't feel like I'm comfortable enough to do that. Maybe if I am, around someone who is like, knows what they're doing. My friend Corey knows, he used to be a personal trainer and stuff, and so if he's around and can monitor my technique and stuff, then yeah, sure. But if I'm on my own, I'm gonna be I'm gonna be doing stuff on machines so that they kind of limit your range of motion and make sure you have pretty good form. And you're not gonna be able to wobble around and shit. Hyperextending your arm can suck too, right? Well, I mean, like, I feel like I'd have to be doing something really crazy, I think, to hyperextend my arm doing curls with 15 pounds. Because I can curl 35s. I don't know if I can go 40. I know I can't do 50. But I know I can do 35. Normally. I would never do the fast stuff with that. At least not at this point. I'd never do that. So, I mean, like, 15-pound weights, I feel like, are not going to be able to cause that effect, or at least be very difficult for them to. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not an issue. Do you stretch? It's important to stretch, lower muscle stiffness, pain, and increase a bit of flexibility. Yeah, I really need to be better about stretching. I'm not good about that. I do need to get on that. I know that it's like you're way more likely to injure yourself and other things if you don't stretch beforehand. So I definitely need to get better on that one. I'll watch some videos that are specifically about stretching to get that down better, because that is an issue. You're right about that. When you use machines, there is a fixed area of your muscles that is targeted. Right. And also, I feel like you're way less likely to get injured on a machine. So I feel more comfortable doing heavier weights on a machine because, your body is kind of forced into the proper position by the machine. Now, that doesn't mean I don't use free weights at all, but when I'm doing free weights, I feel more comfortable at lighter weights and more repetition. Whereas with a machine, I'm more likely to push the limits a little harder because I am not so worried about proper technique, because it's pretty cut and paste at that point. Like, it basically tells you, hey, put your foot here, do this, that. You have stuff holding you in the proper position at that point. Now, at some point, I'm going to try to do a little bit more with the free weights because, the machine limiting your range of motion has negative effects too. For one thing, you're hyper-targeting one muscle group and, maybe neglecting others in that process. And for another thing, it's not a very realistic sort of scenario, You need to be able to learn how to have the right sort of pose and stuff and form. And you're not going to learn it on the machine because the machine's doing it for you. So... So eventually I'm going to have to kind of like wean myself off, but I feel like it's more comfortable for me at this time. So yeah, I do plan on doing more towards free weights, but I don't want to have I don't want to deal with an injury at this point, especially this very early juncture. So I feel like I'm not going to do stuff that I'm not comfortable with, because I don't want to risk having a setback like that. That is false. That is false in the sense that it forces you onto a plane of motion that if you do not have the proper flexibility / range of motion, you can hurt yourself. I feel like that's what I said. I don't know. The machine's doing it for you. That's what she said. Yeah. It's like a dildo joke, I guess. I don't know. Is becoming a workout bro just another way of saying you're sexually frustrated? I don't know. I don't really consider myself a workout bro or anything. People keep asking me about it, so I'm talking about it. I have no issue talking about it because it is part of my life right now. But I'm not like trying to sit here and obsess about it. If someone want to talk about something else, they're free to bring it up. Did you quit cigarettes? I quit cigarettes in June of 2020. Now, I knew that I could never completely quit them, so I do have a contingency where I will allow myself to smoke, and that is if I am in Las Vegas, Nevada. So if I am in Las Vegas, I will smoke. I have not been to Vegas since June of 2020, so I have yet to do that. There will come a time when I go to Las Vegas, and when I go there, I will buy a pack of cigarettes and I will smoke it. And, then when I leave, I will stop smoking again. Now, maybe that's going to be difficult because I'll probably have withdrawal symptoms and stuff, and it's going to be like, oh, why'd I do this? But I feel like ultimately knowing that there is a place where I can have a cigarette, it gives me comfort and gives me some strength. Because there's times when I feel like, oh, God, I want a cigarette. Even still, even years later. And knowing that that I have not probably smoked my last cigarette, that there will come a day when I am able to do it again, at least for a time, it helps me maintain my pledge not to. So having a place where there's some criteria where I can do it again does kind of lend me a certain kind of strength. So one day I'll go and I will smoke. That's very risky. Well, honestly, it's the only thing that's ever worked for me in terms of being able to quit. So, whatever. I quit cold turkey after doing it for years and years. So I feel like I can do that again after a week in Vegas or 3 days in Vegas or whatever the fuck. If I go to Vegas for a few days and smoke cigarettes and then I can't quit again, that'd be very unusual, right? Because I literally stopped a pack-a-day habit, cold turkey, just like, nope, I'm done. And I did it. I fucking stopped doing it. I found the willpower, and I gave it up. And I feel like I can do that again when I need to. Will it be challenging in some ways? Probably. But honestly, the idea, like, one of the reasons I had such trouble quitting before is that, like, I could never wrap my mind around, like, I can never do this again. That feels too awful. It's just like, oh my God, this thing I love, I can never, ever, ever do it again, no matter what. That's just too much to handle. And so it's like, it breaks me. So I knew I had to have some criteria where I could do it, but it had to be something that was, enough outside of the commonplace that it wouldn't be something I could go do casually. I can't just casually pop into Vegas and smoke some cigarettes, right? If it was like I can smoke as long as I'm in my backyard, I could smoke every fucking day. That wouldn't be anything. If it was like smoke the next town over, I could just go to the next town over very easily. But because it's a very specific place, Las Vegas, Nevada, a place where I'd want to smoke, a place where I would love to, sit at the roulette wheel and puff on some cigarettes or whatever. That kind of, it's like, hey, I haven't totally given up. There is a place, there is an exception, there is some exception to the rule, but it's not a very flexible exception. And that, for me, was sort of the catalyst that enabled me to finally psych myself into quitting. So, that's just me doing a workaround with my own, psyche. And I don't know, it's been successful, so fuck you. Fuck you and your risky shit. TJ moving to Vegas. Yeah, I would never do that. That'd be a bad idea for more than just that reason. I could very easily become a compulsive gambler, so it's a good idea for me to not be too close to a gambling institution. Seen the Madison Cawthorn video that got leaked today? Yes, I have seen that. Is that can you tell me if there was like was there penetration in that? Like, or was that like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, were they actually fucking, or was it just like, I don't know. I didn't scrutinize it, but very interesting. Fuck gambling, not even fun. Unfortunately, I enjoy it a lot. So, yeah. I hurt myself today to see if I still feel. You struggled with gambling addiction before? No, not really, but I've never been somewhere where it's very convenient to gamble either, so. You know, but if I go to a casino, you know, if I go to Las Vegas, I'm going to gamble every day, all day. And if I set a limit for myself, I'm probably going to go over it. Luckily, the last time I went to Las Vegas, I managed to win more than I lost, and I came home with more money than I left with. But results are not typical, so yeah. Yeah, I think that for me, honestly, Guy, Aaron, I tried so many things. I tried so many things to quit. I tried Chantix. That'll quit, yeah, but, you know, as soon as you get off the Chantix, you're going to start back up on cigarettes. I tried weaning myself off slowly, going down to less and less cigarettes every day and trying to, like, phase them out of my life. Didn't work. You know, you phase down and then you phase back up. You know what I mean? I tried to do the gum. I tried to do the patches. I tried to vape on several occasions. I tried to switch to vaping, thinking I could, you know, go onto the vape and then go down, down, down from there. And I could tell you, nothing fucking worked. The only thing that worked is I had to just make a decision one day to stop. And I'll tell you what, you know when you're going to quit smoking? When you actually want to. I know it's hard to hear, but until you make that decision of, like, I am not going to smoke any fucking more, you can't do it. I don't know. Until you really fucking honestly don't want to do it. Until you're honestly ready to say, fuck you addiction, fuck you nicotine, I'm done with your fucking ass. And you actually make that commitment. And it's not just, oh, I guess I should do this. Oh, I guess I oughta. You know, if you're not serious about it, you're never going to fucking make it over the hump, okay? So get serious about it. Realize that it's not just, I should quit. Want to quit. Because until you want to quit, you're never going to be able to do it. Want it. And then if you're like me and you're too sad, if the idea of, like, this is my last cigarette is just too fucking much, give yourself some sort of exception, but make it something fucking damnably inconvenient. Like, if I'm fucking, you know, maybe there's some vacation destination, or maybe there's some fucking circumstance, or, like, I can smoke a cigarette on my birthday or something, like, whatever it is. Find some very, 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 very limited instance where you're allowed to do it. Very fucking limited. And make that the one exception. But, you know, that's if you're like me and you think it's too painful to just say, this is my last cigarette. If it's just like, I enjoy this too much to just totally say I'm never, ever going to do it again, then fucking find that. But honestly, if you could find the strength in you that I never was able to find in myself to just say, fuck this, with all of my being, fuck this, then just do that. But that's my only advice on the subject. You know, I tried everything else. I guess it works for some people. It was never able to work for me. The way I quit was that. Thank you. I would love that, Sarah. Please do that, because I failed in that endeavor so fucking bad. Please give me what I've always dreamed of. The strategy should get more exposure. I think it should work for a few more people before it gets more exposure, okay? Like, it worked for me. It has, I mean, like, it's, what is this? This is 2022, and we're in May. So, yeah, next month is 2 years that I haven't smoked. And that's from going from, like, a pack a day, sometimes a pack and a half a day. So, I don't know. We'll see. You know, I don't know. It's worked for me so far. Maybe that there will be a backslide. And, you know, I think the real test is I'm going to go to Vegas one day, and I'm going to smoke, and I'm going to do my real rare exception thing. But after that, am I going to stay quit? Am I going to fucking take a puff of that shit and be like, oh, my God, what am I doing? Where have you been all my life, baby? And then go right back to it? You know? So that's the real test. Like, you know, that's the test to see if this, like, inconvenient exception strategy actually works. Will I be able, afterwards, to quit again? I think I will. I have very strong confidence that I will. Because ultimately, I do not want to be a smoker. Even though I enjoy the activity, I don't want it in my life. So I have to remember that. Even as I cut loose and enjoy it in Las Vegas, I have to remember this is not me. This is an indulgence that is happening in this place. But once I leave, I am saying fuck this again. Gonna have to make sure I keep that strongly in my mind. And don't, because there's gonna be a part of me. There's gonna be a part of my brain that's definitely going to be like, TJ, come on, buddy. You know you want to go back to this. This is great. And I have to remember, no. No, I don't. I don't want to wake up coughing my guts out every morning. I don't want to have my energy levels cut into fucking halves. I don't want to be fucking, you know, a cantankerous fucking yellow-fingered fucking stinky whatever the fuck troll that I was, okay? I want to not have that shit. I'm not looking to return to that. My brand of cigarettes, I smoked light green American Spirits, which are like a light menthol. They're not strong menthol. They're like a hint of menthol, basically. Anyway, I want to thank the gentleman, Matt Bradshaw, that gave me $25. Very kind of you. Appreciate you. But I've been doing this for about a couple hours now, and I think I'm going to go find something else to do with my time. I'm getting a little bored with this. I have enjoyed my time talking to you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed listening to what I had to say, and you know, I hope you all have a great evening. Fairly well.